How's everyone today? Today's a fig tree day for you, right, Sniper? I'm going to bring up a couple things. I want to bring up Course in Miracles, although I have um, the title for this morning's live stream, uh, Mystics. I didn't specifically say Christian mystics, although that's what we've been working on. Hi, Tandra. Uh, hey, Cat Jack says, good morning to Yogi and more snow. We're getting more snow this weekend. Which reminds me, I need to buy bananas to stock. I need to buy bananas and greens and apples to stock up for the snow. Tanja says, good morning, Yogi. I love the pics you're putting up in your thumbnails. Thank you. Some of these are mine. The flower stuff is Mocha's. Mocha's a very talented photographer. Always has been, but lately she's back in school using the rest of her GI Bill to get her bachelor's degree in American Sign Language, as well as photography, minor in photography. In my opinion, it should have been flipped around. She loves photography so much. Hey, Skeeter. Skeeter says, good morning, everyone. Cheers, Brother Yogi. Cheers to you, Skeeter. How are you? Appreciate you guys joining me. So here's what we're going to talk about. Well, I don't actually know what we're going to talk about until we start talking. I do know that we're going to talk about kindness. I wrote about that this morning. That, honestly, everything for me has come down to a path of kindness. How kindness is expressed through my heart. In yoga, Haideya, which is the heart center. Don't confuse the heart center with the heart chakra. Different things. The heart center is our connection with the divine. And I think the more that we meditate, the more that we enter into quietness, waking up early in the morning, the more we attune ourselves with that heart center. And kindness becomes the natural mode of who we are, our expression. And A Course in Miracles sums it up nicely. See everyone saying hi to each other. Appreciate that, guys. So this is from A Course in Miracles, and I want to read section or paragraph 3. This is in section 4. Every loving thought held in any part of the sonship, which is me, which is you, which is everyone, belongs to every part. Every loving thought held in any part of the sonship belongs to every part. Any loving thought that you have belongs to everyone. Let's see. Ice Spice says, greetings from Peter's Dungeon. Yeah. It is shared We continue here. Every loving thought held in any part of the sonship belongs to every part. It is shared because it is loving. Love can only be shared. Love can't be hoarded. It can't be compartmentalized. It can only be shared. How do you guys have blue names? For people who've been coming for a while, hanging out, and wish to be able to connect with other people, basically the moderators, but not everyone's a moderator in the sense that, they're moderating the discussion, although we do have people who do that. It's just a way to connect with people. Let's see. Kodam says, oh, that's cool. Yeah, it's a nice way for everyone to connect, build their channels, help other people build their channels. These are people who've been coming, hanging out for a bit. So, sharing is God's way of creating, and is also yours. The ego can keep you in exile from the kingdom, but in the kingdom itself, it has no power. The reason it has no power is because the ego is an illusion. It doesn't actually exist. Who you think you are is not who you truly are. Who you truly are isn't a thought. You are that which allows thoughts to take place, which is pretty cool. Hey, Batgirl. Batgirl says, Yogi, how are you, my friend? All the negative thoughts you've ever had about yourself, all the negative thoughts you've ever had about another aren't true because it's part of the illusion. However, the ego can believe this so deeply that we end up projecting it and creating the world that we see. The world that we see is a projection of the ego. It doesn't truly exist. When we return, and that includes who we think we are, we have entrapped ourselves in the belief that we are small, that we are insignificant and need to gain significance through acquiring, through carving out a distinct entity, through making distinctions and comparisons and contractions. Yet none of that is true. Who we truly are, and if you just quiet the mind, and you can quiet the mind in meditation, in breath work, you can quiet the mind in deep prayer, whatever mode works best for you, you see just love extending outwards. Remember, every loving thought held in any part of the sonship belongs to every part. We share it because it is loving. Ideas of the spirit do not leave the mind that think them, nor can they conflict with each other. Only ideas of the ego can conflict with another. Any loving thought can never be in conflict with another loving thought. That's the reality of one ship. We always talk about unity. We always talk about one. All of us are one. All of us are truly one. And yet we have a hard time truly expressing it because we're trying to express it from the ego, and the ego can never know unity. It can only know distinctions. There's a great Zen poem called what is it called? The Path of the Mind, where it talks about once the distinction is created, consciousness itself seems to be split in 1,000 different pieces. Hey, Easy, how are you? So, however, ideas of the ego can conflict because they occur at different levels and also include opposite thoughts at the same level. It is impossible to share opposing thoughts. You can share only thoughts that are of God and that He keeps for you. And of such is the kingdom of heaven. So, this is why there was a slight clarification in Course in Miracles. Instead of saying the kingdom of heaven is within, Course in Miracles says you are the kingdom of heaven. The kingdom of heaven is. Because there's only within. There's no such thing as an outside. The outside is an actual illusion. So the decision to share holy thoughts is their purification. All right. That was it for the morning. For me, putting aside the reading and talking personally, for me, it has all come down to kindness. My decades, literally a lifetime since I was a kid. My spiritual journey, such as it was, has come down to one very simple thing: kindness. To be kind. To be kind is, as again it said in A Course in Miracles here, it is loving. It is sharing God's love. There is no distinction between God's love and my love. There's no distinction between God's love and your love. Course in Miracles says only love is real. Nothing unreal exists. However, that doesn't mean that we don't perceive the unreality of the ego. But through kindness, through offering love, extending love to others, through the practice of forgiveness, we're looking through the illusion to the reality of love itself, to the reality of God itself. This is why forgiveness seems so hard. This is why people always say, how do I do it? I can't forgive. How do I forgive this? Because the ego will never forgive, because the ego can only see the illusion that keeps it alive. Without the illusion of separation, there can be no ego. However, this doesn't deny the realness of an illusion. I talk a lot about this desk that I write on every morning, that my coffee mug sits on. It's an illusion. It's not really a desk. It's a collection of parts. And each of those parts is a collection of cells. And each of those cells is a collection of molecules. And each of those molecules are a collection of atoms. Every atom is a collection of particles. Particles themselves appear out of the absolute nothingness of whatever God is. The absolute itself, the ineffable. So, the desk itself is really nothing, and yet the appearance of the desk is real enough that I can stub my toe on it quite a few times a week. Unfortunately for me. Let me dive back in here. Michael says, I'm good. Thank you. Hope you're well. I'm doing pretty good. Hey, Tandra, have we hit officially 1800 yet? Let's see. Easy says, if you could be a professor of any subject, what would it be? That's a great question. Here's what I absolutely love. I love Sufism. I love the great Sufi poets. Particularly, well, you guys know my fondness for Rumi, but Hafiz. Hafiz wrote a book. And the book, 60 Wild and Sweet Poems of Hafiz. The subject tonight is love. If I could be a professor of any topic, of any subject, it would be love. It would be right out of Hafiz's book. The subject tonight is love. In the end, that's all we can truly teach. In the end, it's all we have to learn. And in truth, we don't even need to learn it. We just need to remember. We just need to be reminded that that's who we are. So what an easy topic to teach. Love. If someone comes to you with an issue, with a problem, the answer is always going to be love. I was talking about this with our friend Toy Pups yesterday. The big change for me in my own suffering, excuse me guys, in my own suffering of depression, a lifelong battle, until it no longer became a battle. And the only reason I can think why that shifted was because I remember asking myself, can I love myself through this? That's it. I don't need to change it. I don't need to fight it. I don't need to shift it. Can I love myself through this? Can I love myself right now even though I feel broken? Can I love myself right now even though someone is appearing to be unkind to me? Can I love myself even though it seems like I am attacking someone and they are attacking me? Can I love myself through this? And as Ramana Maharshi, the great sage, when he was asked, how do we treat others? He replied with a smile and said, there are no others. So, can I love myself through this means, can I love you through this as well? Not always easy, but we can remember, and it can become our practice. Any single person that seems to be attacking you, here's a thought. Can you love them through it? Can you love yourself through it? Can you meet in that holy place where there are no others and there's only love? Let's see, Tanya says, not yet, 7:54. Analytics says, you know what, let me Google something. What did we believe? Did we believe the watch hours or the analytics? I don't know. If we had our great teacher Goga here, maybe he would have the answer. I think he said that officially it is 2071, but the other, whatever it is that counts that, has not caught up yet. I don't know. What is the other thing called? Do you guys remember? Either way, it doesn't truly matter because we are getting Tandra where she needs to be. Batgirl says, Tandra, just sub. Thank you, Batgirl. Appreciate that. Hey, Batgirl is a great supporter. You will see her across the board on so many different channels. You'll see her cheering people on doing burpees. You will see her cheering people on who are fishing. She's just a great support channel as well. Just being a great person. Much appreciated, Batgirl. Hey, so Batgirl, what about you? I see you're at 1.K, 1.1K. Are you, do you need watch hours? What kind of support do you need, my friend? What can we do to help you? What can we do to return the favor? Batgirls, I'm not a stalker, I swear. I believe you. I believe you, Batgirl. Sniper says, everything is just a wave. Yep, just a wave, sometimes expressing itself as something other. Expressing itself as something solid. That doesn't make it solid. It means it's expressing itself as something solid. As every single wave collapses back into the ocean of pure consciousness, and then waves again. What a wonderful thought is, as it seems, we got a couple friends who are suffering loss right now. Can anyone or anything truly be lost? If we view existence itself as the ocean of pure consciousness, and pure consciousness is only the all-accepting unconditionality of God, and God is synonymous with love, then every wave is never ever separate from the ocean, even if it forgets it's the ocean itself. Eventually, every wave returns to the ocean, and yet, somehow, mysteriously, resurfaces again as another wave. We've never lost anyone or anything ever. It's impossible. As well, it's an impossibility for any wave to be separate from the ocean or separate from each other. Tandra's laughing. Batgirl says, it's cool. I'm not concerned about subs. I'm not here for that, but I will sub and support channels that I want, that want it. Awesome. Hey, Batgirl. Um, our friend Tandra is working towards those 3,000 watch hours. Eventually 4,000, but it's really important to get that 3. For me, 3,000 is where all the action is. Um, so if anyone here wouldn't mind watching a video, watching a live stream, or putting up a playlist through the course of a day, if you have a spare device or spare window, you could put up. Batgirl says, I will go watch your stuff after this. Thank you, Batgirl. Tanya says, thanks, Batgirl. That is very kind of you. Every so often on YouTube, we meet someone like Batgirl who says, I'm not concerned about subs. I just want to help people. To me, that's absolutely awesome. Easy says, love is a beautiful subject. I always wanted to be a professor, but I was never able to find something I was passionate about to pursue a career in it. Well, Easy, you seem passionate about mysticism. You seem passionate about consciousness itself. You seem passionate about different paths of exploring reality, spirituality. What about like comparative religion or things along that line? We get a okay and a cool from Batgirl. Tanya says, thanks, Batgirl. About 5 minutes or so, I will go make my breakfast. We're keeping the trying to keep the 5:30 live streams relatively short, half an hour. Tanya says, Yogi, do you like castles? If so, check out my latest short. I will check it out. I am due anyway to head on over to Tandra's channel to put her up and have her running in the morning. I have had our friend, the amazing, energetic Joshua. Watching Joshua in the morning is like a visual cup of coffee. It wakes you up almost instantly. Hey, Tandra. Well done on your shorts, by the way. I see your castle short already has 520 views. Your Foxy has, which I love, by the way, 650 views. Man, your Horses has 5.4K views. Nice. Tandra shows everyone how to do YouTube. This is how you do it, guys. Batgirl says, I don't care if you have 2 subs. I've met some great people. A lot of heads too, but mostly good. Mostly good. I agree. Hey, even the others have something to teach us. Tandra said, or Semper says, Tandra, most castles are built on older castles. Castles all the way down. Tandra says, I try. Batgirl says, laughing. Tandra says, Squirrel, I really didn't know that. Hey, Desmond. Desmond says, you seem to have much care and admiration in your heart. You put others first and never give any mind to those who doubt you. Thank you, Desmond. Thank you for that. I can't say that that's 100% so, but I can say that it is growing, and it seems to grow every single day. It's a practice until it's no longer a practice. It's a practice until it becomes a realization of who we are. Beckel says, yeah, teach us. Uh, we're glad we're not like them. Hey, here's a thought though. I agree. But it also teaches us that they are really, if we recognize that, they are also a reflection of who and what we are. And in order to heal others, we need to be responsible for everything that appears within our lives. Everything, the good and the bad. Being responsible doesn't mean that we're causing it. That's where a lot of times that we make those distinctions. It becomes hard for us to accept. We say we're responsible for something, and we think, but I didn't make this happen. I'm not the cause for this. Responsibility, our ability to respond, meaning if something shows up within our consciousness, we are responsibility. We have a ability to respond to it. A response is always loving, even if it might be a hard line that we draw. A reaction is always for the our physical safety. You know, we're meant to react. If we are attacked by a saber-toothed tiger, if we have to chase down a woolly mammoth for dinner, unless you're a vegan caveman, you need that reaction, the ability to react. However, if someone is simply calling you a name, if someone is being unkind to you, we don't need to react. We can choose to respond. Sometimes the response is going to be to draw that line and step away. We don't need to keep ourselves in a position that is causing us harm. We can let it go. We can choose to be loving. We can choose to be kind, but we don't exclude ourselves from that kindness. Hey, Jamie. That's the thing when we talk about forgiveness, when we talk about kindness, when we talk about extending love, people think, but isn't it going to hurt me? No, because no one is saying to exclude yourself from that kindness. Excuse me, guys. Sometimes the kindest thing that we can do is remove ourselves from that situation, is to be kind to us so that we can be kind to that other person. Never put yourself in harm's way. When we talk about the unconditionality of kindness, it means ourselves. And again, as Ramana Maharshi said, there are no others. Being kind to yourself is being kind to others. Being kind to others is being kind to yourself. Desmond says you have to safeguard yourself, and it's not always out of spite. Absolutely. 100%. Sepa says, Desmond, that's why I have a premonition that you will be back in this Send and Love. Backo says, Tandra, I've subbed with my other account too. Left you a message. Nice. So how you doing, Jamie? Sepa says, Grand Rising to Jamie. Hey, if you see, speaking of support, if you happen to see our friend Jamie Brown live streaming, come on by and hang out with Jamie. He's got a great channel, does great workouts, but he also has a lot of interesting thoughts that he loves to share and he loves to discuss. I hear that Jamie does some busking. I would actually love to see a video of Jamie doing some busking. Three days ago, Jamie did how many squats can he do without stopping? I think it was 220 something. So yeah, I think you will. If you're not already subscribed, I think you'll enjoy Jamie and his channel. Jamie says, I'm okay. Thanks. How are you? I'm doing pretty good. I'm going to get ready to have my breakfast, and then I'm going to take a walk. Then I'm going to do my kettlebell workout. My kettlebell workout's going to be live today. and it is repeat day, meaning I do 2 sets, 4-minute sets each with a 4-minute break in between. Jamie's saying hi to everyone. Stimpy says, for sure, Desmond, but use a sword and shield of empathy. 225 squats. That's a lot of squats, man. Batgirl says, Tundra, cool horses. Yeah, I can see why they've gotten so many views. 5.4. Again, this is why I mentioned how much I love having Tandra's playlist up. It's just a fun place to relax. Kat says, hey, Yogi, you had a pic of a blonde dog. Was it yours? That is Mocha's dog, but also mine. She doesn't live with me. She's a Pomsky, which is a Pomeranian Husky mix. She is a Budahistava, mispronounced, by the way. Budahistava is a an awakened person who forgoes reaching nirvana in order to keep coming back to help other people awaken. They are loving essence. And Misty is the most loving dog. She literally loves everything and everyone. Semper says, Cat, that's Misty. It is Misty. Standing guard over over her little kingdom, her little domain. So for those who might not know, Mocha is my wife / ex-wife / present undefined person of love. We've been together in every different imaginable form for 23 years. Kat says, okay, reminded me of my girl. So, yeah, Missy's over every day. She's my loner dog. Here in my house, I have 2 cats, 2 adopted cats. I've had them for 3 years. I adopted them when they were 10. Let's see. Fishing and chefing. Fishing and chefing. What an awesome title. Fishing and chefing. And chefing. Dropping in for a like. Thanks for letting me listen. Have a wonderful day. You too. Let me bring fishing up. Make sure that I'm 100% connected. I am not, but I am now. So we are fishing and we are chefing. How awesome is that, guys? I subscribed and I hit the all notifications. So I'm looking forward to seeing more, my friend. I see you do a lot of live streaming. You live streamed 2 days ago. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to your next live stream, my friend. Hey, Bushka, how are you? Bushka says, good morning, Yoga. Good morning, my friend. So yeah, I adopted 2 black sister cats. They were in a, hey, Roxanne. They were in a shelter. And the lady at the shelter told Mocha she was afraid no one would want them. Or no one would want both of them. And that they were bonded. They were 10 years old. They've been together for 10 years. Someone might take one and not the other. As they're both black cats. And for some reason, people don't like black cats. This is what the lady said. So as soon as Mocha told me that, I was like, well, we got to bring them home. Let's see. Cypress says, Eric, I believe that only a few of us become like Misty. True reincarnation, solely to teach love and empathy. I think that is all of our potential, but it might take a long time for some of us to get there, myself included in that. Although I wrote this morning, the entirety of my spiritual path, such as it is, a lifetime though, we're talking coming up on 45 years or so, has boiled down to being kind. Every single practice I've ever done, all the different forms of meditation, everything has come down to simply being kind. And I can't tell you how happy that makes me. Hey, Roxanne. Fishing and Chefing says, thanks, brother. Appreciate it. You will for sure, my guy. Awesome. Bushka's saying hi to everyone. Batgirl says hi to Roxanne. Sniper says, most are too superstitious without even knowing. And Sniper says, Eric, time is all we have to an eternal soul. And at a certain point, when we realize, excuse me, guys, that time is an illusion, time is part of the illusion, and that all we truly have is that one awakened moment of now. What more do we need? Bushka says, over here, black cat crossing in front of you is bad luck. Old wife's tool of superstition. Yeah, it is here. It is here as well. Simper says, Bushka, funny that is lucky over here. Well. Batgirl says, fish and cheffing. I'm good. Thanks, hope you're well. Is now. Absolutely, is now. That's all we could say. If we truly realize that, all of us would be awakened in an instant. Is now. Everything takes place now. Every memory of the past is taking place now. Every thought of the future is taking place now. Now is the position of our true and only power. It's unconditional. All allowing. Everything happens now. In the absence of a thought of yesterday, where are you? In the absence of a thought of tomorrow, where are you? Back in 1971, the great Yogi, Ram Dass, wrote his classic book, Be Here Now. Book about yoga. I always thought he should have written a sequel saying, because there's nowhere else you can be. You are already here. It is already now. There's absolutely no other place than you can be, but be here now. However, we spend a lifetime, a fraction of eternity, imagining that we are somewhere else and somewhere other. Fisher Sheffing says, I'm doing better. How are you? And I appreciate you, Batgirl. The 20th century Christian mystic Emmett Fox. Nope, sorry. Joel Goldstein called this a parentheses in eternity. You have eternity. You have a parenthesis. This is a parenthesis, by the way. This is who we are. We are those parentheses in eternity, but eternity exists on either side and in the middle of the parentheses itself. The role in life is to let go of those parentheses. Fishing and Chefing says, hi to Bushka. Hope you're having a good day. All right, guys, it's at 5:40. Wow, I talked longer than I thought I was. Hey, Brian. Welcome in, Brian. I'm going to just shut things down for the day. I got to go eat some breakfast and take my walk. Guys, if you got nothing to do, coming by, hang out for the kettlebell workout. It's going to be 2 sets of kettlebell clean and jerks. It's going to be 1 or 2 sets of pull-ups and some burpees. How many burpees? I don't know. I've gotten 13 thumbs up, so it's going to be at least 13 thumbs up. Brian says, have a good day. You too, Brian. Appreciate you coming in. Bushka says, thanks to F&C. How come I didn't think to shorten that? Here I was saying fish and chefing. I do love that name, though. And Bushka shows me how to save myself a lot of trouble. Brian says, I'm going to job site today and getting my swing on. Nice. Kat says, Tandra, I will watch some more of your content later. Thank you, Batgirl. Kat says, Nama weird Yogi. See you later. Thanks for your perspective. Thank you, Kat. Nama weird, my friend. Tandra says hi to Brian. F&C says, thanks for letting me join. I will see you at some point. Thank you, Fish and Chefing. I appreciate you being here. Tanya says, thanks, Batgirl. Much appreciated. And Bushka says, hope you all have a great day. I hope you all have a great day, too. Thanks again for joining me. I will see everyone somewhere today, right? I'm going to see you all on someone's live stream sometime today. And I think that's pretty awesome. Brian says, well, we are planning to sell our property and move to Mexico. Grand adventures ahead. Mocha has talked of moving to Mexico before. I always thought I'd love to just drive, get a camper van and drive to the Copper Canyon. Run with the Ramamri. Ramamri are the Native Mexicans in the Copper Canyon who run 300 miles, 400 miles, 500 miles without even thinking about it. Truly the world's greatest long-distance runners. They are largely plant-based. They just an incredible. I highly recommend looking them up and reading the book Born to Run by Christopher McDougall. I told Mocha that I would drive to the Copper Canyon and just wait. And she was like, well, what would you wait for? And my answer is for whatever happens next. Just wait. All right, Brian, maybe I will meet you and we'll hang out in Mexico together. Take care, my friends.